Today we are talking about a tool or a piece of equipment that is not only going to make you guys more efficient as a detailer, but it is also going to get you guys much better results on your guys' interior details, and it is going to save you a ton of money when it comes to chemical usage throughout the year. So let's not waste any time, let's jump straight into it. Yo, what is up guys? Jamie from Jamie's Detailing. Today we are talking about steam cleaning for automotive detailing and why it is such a powerful tool in the auto detailing industry for cleaning out interiors. Steam cleaning has three massive advantages over your traditional cleaning methods or your traditional chemical and agitation methods. When it comes to steam cleaning is technically a chemical-free process. Now, as detailers, we usually are using a steam cleaner in conjunction with the chemicals that we're traditionally using are going to get us much better results, and it's going to also allow you guys to use way less chemicals than you would if you guys were just using chemical and agitation on its own. Using a steam cleaner, guys, will probably reduce the amount of chemicals that you guys are using on your typical detail by over 50%. And honestly, there's a lot of vehicles that I could clean where I could get away with just using steam to clean the vehicles, especially if it's something like a maintenance vehicle or something like that. And steam cleaning really refreshes the interior and makes things smell brand new again, which is a huge advantage to using steam over a ton of chemicals and stuff like that. Number one reason to use a steam cleaner, guys, is it massively reduces your guys' chemical usage throughout the year. The amount of money that you guys end up spending on a cheap steamer like this is going to pay for itself probably within a year, easily within a year, I would say. Now, reason number two, which we kind of just touched on, but the steam is actually going to kill mold, bacteria, all that kind of stuff that's in the car, and it's going to sanitize everything. So not only are we getting that powerful cleaning ability of the steamer to actually remove all the dirt, grease, grime, body oils, all that kind of stuff off the car, but we're also getting the ability to actually sanitize the interior of the vehicle, which a lot of people are willing to pay more for a detail when they know that they're getting their vehicle not only cleaned, but also sanitized. So that's a huge benefit and a huge selling point to your guys' business is if you're not only cleaning, but you're also sanitizing the interior of the vehicle. Just another way that you guys can make a little bit more money, and you guys can separate yourselves from a lot of other detailers who are really just going to come in, spray some chemicals on the interior of the car, wipe everything down, and dress it. So this is really going to get you a much deeper clean than using just chemicals on their own. And with that being said, that kind of brings us to our third biggest point of using a steam cleaner, and that's the overall efficiency of using a steam cleaner versus your traditional chemical and agitation methods. Using a steam cleaner, guys, the steam cleaner is going to be doing a majority of the work for you. The way the steam actually comes out of here, it comes out at somewhat of a high pressure, I would say around 40 psi or so. And because it's coming out at that high pressure, it's going to actually get into all the nooks and crannies and blast out all the stuff that's in there. Instead of just going over the top surfaces with your microfiber towel or your brush or whatever it is, this is really going to get into a lot of the areas that your brushes and your microfiber towels really cannot get into. And it's going to help pull out and remove all of that material. And when you guys are done using a steam cleaner versus just your traditional chemical and agitation methods, once you guys are done using the steam cleaner, you will really feel and notice the difference in the overall cleanliness of whatever surfaces you guys are cleaning, whether that be leather, rubber, vinyl, plastic, or even your upholstery or your seating, your carpeting and stuff like that. So you're really going to get a much better clean than if you were just to use chemical and agitation on its own. So those are my three biggest reasons for using a steam cleaner, is just the fact that I'm spending less on chemicals throughout the year. I'm also getting way better results, and it is also sanitizing at the same time, and it's overall just much more efficient than using chemical and agitation on its own. Now, Jumping into it, guys, what actual steam cleaner am I using? Because there's a few different steam cleaners out there for under $200 that you guys could get for auto detailing that I think are great options. But the one that I actually ended up settling on was the Wagner Spraytech 915E. Now, this one's kind of targeted or marketed for auto detailers or for people that are trying to clean out their car, and they actually have an exact same model of this that comes with all the exact same attachments, but you also get some other stuff that you're not really going to use on a car, like a floor mop and stuff like that. Now, if you guys are cleaning like big stuff, RVs and all of that type of thing, you guys may want to go with the one that comes with the floor mop and all that, because then you guys can do hardwood flooring, you guys can do the rubber flooring and all of that kind of stuff with your steamer. But for me personally, at the time, I ended up going with this one. I think it was on sale for 99 bucks on Amazon, which was a stupid good deal for a steam cleaner of this quality. There is another one, the Macola. I forget the actual model number of it, but there is another extremely popular one out there that a lot of people use, and after this, I'll tell you guys one massive benefit over the Macola over this one. But this steam cleaner has been doing really, really well over the past couple years that I've been using it. I have not had to replace it or anything like that. The only thing that I have had go wrong with the steam cleaner, and everything on the steam cleaner is replaceable and fixable that I've encountered so far, but this little cap right here where you actually fill the water into, the O-ring went out on that, and I couldn't find like a good high temperature O-ring that fit perfectly on there, so I just ended up spending 10 bucks and getting a brand new cap altogether. I actually think I have the old cap right here, and you guys can see the O-ring on that. Eventually, after like a year or so, the O-ring on it just kind of started deteriorating, and it wouldn't really hold pressure inside of the tank, so it wasn't really producing steam. So that was one downfall of this steamer so far, is I did have to replace the cap, but it was only $10, and for the number of vehicles that I've actually used this thing on, I think I got a ton of use out of this thing, and got my money's worth before I had to spend that extra $10 for this little cap. Now, another little kind of thing that kind of goes wrong with the Wagner Spraytech is this guy right here. Now, this is the tip of the Wagner Spraytech right here, and this tip will eventually break off if you guys are doing a ton of agitating with your guys' steamer. Specifically on stuff like upholstery and carpeting is typically when this thing will break on me, and I've only had it break maybe 2 to 3 times now, so whenever that happens, I actually just replace this guy right here, which is another 10 bucks, but I have a couple of them just in my detailing vehicle ready to go, so if this thing ever breaks on a job, I can literally just swap out this little replacement thing right here, this little wand tip, I guess you could call it, but I just replace that, and then I'm ready to put my tips on or whatever accessory I actually want to put on this thing. Just a couple downfalls when it comes to the Wagner Spraytech. If you guys are looking for one that has a much better wand on it with better attachments, that's where I would get the Macola. But if you guys can pick up the Wagner Spraytech for, a discounted price, I think this one is highly, highly worth it, even though you may occasionally have to deal with this little wand tip kind of guy breaking off. But if you guys have an extra, it comes with 2 of them in the box. It comes with a short one and a long one, so you already kind of have a backup ready to go, but I did go ahead and buy one of these short ones just so I have one on deck ready to go. Speaking of accessories, this thing actually comes pretty packed with all the accessories that you guys are going to need to actually clean out vehicles. This is my most used accessory right here. This is just like a little 45-degree angled tip, and this thing does amazing. I use it on, to blast out the little cracks in the leather seats. I use it to blast out cup holders and all that kind of stuff, but it does an amazing job at getting into all the little nooks and crannies and places that you guys want to use. And just for, you know, getting big, large surfaces that I just want to, you know, kind of steam down and then wipe them off with my microfiber towel. This little attachment right here works amazing. Now, when it comes to actually scrubbing different types of materials in the vehicle, mostly plastics, maybe the foot pedals, the gas pedal, the brake pedal, stuff like that. Anything that's like needs to be scrubbed down. It has like, you know, body oils and stuff on it. The handle, the steering wheel, you know, where in the corners of the steering wheel where it gets all the, it almost looks like skin that from people rubbing their hands on it and stuff. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But these little guys right here, these are just little nylon brushes that it comes with. And it comes with a black set, but you can also buy a gray set. I went ahead and bought the gray set of them because these ones are much, much softer. You guys can see I've used the crap out of this one, but it still works perfectly fine. Not the most attractive looking thing at this point, but I can always reorder new ones of these whenever I need. They're still plenty soft, and yeah, they last a really, really long time, but they do kind of ugly up fast. So those are the two little attachments. It comes with a couple more attachments in here, and one nice part about it is all the attachments actually dirty in there. All the attachments actually fit right here in this front little compartment. Really, really nice. So I really love that about the Wagner. It saves you a ton of, you know, kind of space inside your detailing vehicle, from having different like bags and stuff to organize all this stuff. I can put all my attachments right in here. I have my extra little wand tip right here in case my other one breaks. And I also have this little guy, which let me show you what that is for. The last attachment that this guy comes with is this one, which this will probably be your second most used attachment. And this is what I use for upholstery, carpeting, and leather. So this guy right here, let me set it up for you guys so you can actually see how I use it. Now, first things first, guys, I actually just throw whatever towel I use. I usually use one of these cheap, crappy, little yellow towels, you know, and then from there, I actually take one of these guys. Now, some people would call this a bongo tie. God, what's the name of the brand? I'm going to leave a link to these in the description down below, but some people call these bongo ties or cable ties. These are just typically used to, like, you know, neaten up your cables underneath your computer desk, or you could use them on your camera to hold a bunch of cables in place, or whatever the case may be, but I actually use these guys for detailing. So what I do here, guys, is I put my towel or my rag over the tip of my steam cleaner here, just like this, and then this just simply wraps around. And then I can pull this thing as tight as I want on here, and now this allows me to use just whatever microfiber towel I want, and I can use my steamer, so the steam just kind of shoots out the front there. I can do all my cleaning and all that kind of stuff just right here with this. And it's super nice because once this thing gets dirty, I can just pop this off, pop a new microfiber towel on, and this one can go in the laundry ready to clean. Super easy, super convenient, and the fact that I can just quickly pop this thing off and pop on a new towel is super, super nice. This is just a super nice, easy setup for detailing. And yeah, I use it a ton for upholstery, carpeting, and all of that kind of stuff. And this is a really, really nice setup. But I will tell you guys that the Macola has a better one of these. So if you guys are looking at a steam cleaner and they're both similar in price, I would probably go for the Macola because it has a better wand and it has slightly better, more reliable, longer lasting attachment. I've had really, really good luck with this thing, and for the $99 that I spent on it, I think that this is probably one of the best steam cleaners that you guys can get for auto detailing. Has plenty of pressure, lets out enough steam. The steam is a good dry steam. It's not too wet. Depending on if you guys have a super nice steamer or a, you know, a little bit lower grade steamer, you guys are going to notice a huge quality difference in the amount of in the amount of steam and the amount of pressure. You guys can see this has a ton of pressure to it, very comparable to the Macola, but there's a lot of other steam cleaners out there that just do not put out this much pressure. I was using a Bissell steam cleaner before this one, and the Bissell one sucked compared to this. So this has way more steam pressure. And just overall works way better for detailing than a couple of the other steam cleaners that I use. And this steam cleaner, again, has lasted me over 2 years of professional use, which I think is crazy good for a consumer grade steam cleaner. So all in all, I think steam cleaning is probably one of the most efficient ways to actually clean the interior of your guys' vehicle. Or if you guys are professional detailers, I think that this is really a great way to level up your guys' game when it comes to interior detailing and getting better results for your guys' clients. But let me know down in the comments down below, guys, are you guys using a steam cleaner for your guys' interior details, or are you guys typically just using the traditional chemical and agitation methods to get your guys' vehicles clean? But that is pretty much all that I have for today's video, so I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.